Hi, and welcome to a special expanded episode of the Medical Printing Minute. My name is Dave Robinson, and I am the Business Development Manager for Robinson Printing, a division of Stephen Label. In today's extended episode, we're going to discuss deeper the language expansion for your product instructions for use, IFUs, and labels. And if this is your first episode with us, click the link in the description below to get a brief introduction to the topic of IFU Engineering. And you can also go to my channel to check out my other episodes. So here's the challenge we're going to explore today. Now, it is common for our customers to come to us and explain they are, say, expanding from 8 languages to 24 languages, or a similar expansion. And they want to know how to get all of these new languages into their IFU without expanding their current package size. I'm happy to report we've developed an awesome program with our good friends at IDEM Translations. And today I have a special treat for you. Nancy Kellen from IDEM is here to help me describe our language translation collaboration. Now, this technique is completely unique in the industry and will help significantly shorten the time and the back and forth from translation to printing. Hey Nancy, thank you so much for joining me today.
Hey Dave, it's great to be here.
So Nancy, you and IDEM Translations have been a terrific partner to Robinson Printing and Stephen Label over the years, and I think we've discovered that our unique alliance is one of a kind in the industry, and it's unique for its efficiency, accuracy, and simplicity.
Oh, I couldn't agree more, Dave.
So Nancy, let's discuss this process of language expansion in more detail using this helpful graphic. The first step involves setting up a conference call between the medical product manufacturer and Robinson Printing and IDEM Translations to discuss the overall plan. Next, the English text is sent to our IFU engineering team at Robinson Printing. We then determine the customer's desired final folded or booklet size for their packaging so the finished IFU fits neatly inside. Then we lay out the English language and create placeholders for the targeted languages. Plus, we add an additional 10 to 15% buffer of white space just in case some of the targeted languages expand into more space than the English language requires. The next step is to provide this layout to IDEM Translations for language insertion.
That's right, Dave. At this point, IDEM can create a quote for the translation and the multilingual layout tasks, and we ask our client to approve. Once approved, IDEM takes this layout and inserts the translated languages after the English. And then, one of the most important steps, we certify the language that all of the languages are accurate. Finally, a PDF proof of the final product is sent to the customer and Robinson Printing for final proofing and production.
So Nancy, can you explain a bit more about why the final certification is so important?
Sure, Dave. The final certification is extremely important. This certification confirms that IDEM has followed our entire process, which is certified to ISO 9001, 13485, and 17100. That process includes translation, editing, and 2 levels of quality control, a non-linguistic quality control and a final linguistic quality control and QA. This certificate is what our customers' auditors look to as proof that the translation was both translated by a competent translator and reviewed by a second competent translator. IDEM is a bit unique in the translation industry as we focus solely on medical translations. So we understand the world in which our device clients operate and work in. We are typically categorized as critical or tier 1 suppliers in their quality management system. As such, we're set up to handle any announced audits by their notified bodies, and we can support our clients during their own audits if any questions arise regarding how they manage translation supplier quality, and we're able to confirm that translations are accurate. Also, due to our medical specialization, IDEM's quality management system revolves 100% around medical translations, and it covers everything from vendor recruitment to linguistic performance tracking, our multi-layered quality process, our CAPA process, and continual improvement. As a result, you know that we are offering services that you can rely on. In fact, for all projects delivered last year, we had an on-time delivery metric of 99.6% and an accepted first-time metric of 99%, meaning no corrections from the client post-delivery.
Wow, this is fantastic information. And it really explains our enthusiasm for our joint partnership with your IDEM Translations team. Now, after the customer approves the certified language translations and layout from IDEM, then here at Robinson Printing, we have one final proofing step we provide to the medical product manufacturer for their approval to print. This is an important step, a vital step in our ISO 13485 quality program. After this approval from the customer, we then move quickly with final print production. So Nancy, as a point of comparison, how is this process different from how other translators work with other print vendors?
I'm glad you asked this, Dave, because I've seen it time and time again. A customer starts with the language translator instead of the printer. They ask the translation company to simply add on additional languages without consulting a printer at all. A translation company will typically assume that the manufacturer and the printer have already determined the layout with the additional languages added will be printable and will fit in the final package. But then once all the work is done and the printer gets the files, they have to give the client the bad news that the files won't work and a new layout is needed to accommodate all the text because the IFU is now too large for the packaging. At the end of the day, these communication hiccups, they really create a lot of additional cost and major time delays. Another bad scenario is when a customer asks a translation company to devise a new layout to accommodate additional languages. So not all translation companies think to contact the customer's printer first to confirm what size paper the printer offers and to clarify the printer's folding capabilities. So it really makes more sense for the printer to first determine the physical specifications for the final printed layout, or even better, to provide the English layout themselves with placeholders for the additional languages. This is why we love working with Robinson Printing and Stephen Label. You have the expertise to walk through all of the options with the client to ensure the final product will be the correct flat size and final fold size, and that it will fit in the package as expected. Unfortunately, with other printers, we have been given specs to follow only to find out later that they've failed to take into account one of these crucial elements. And then they require a full re-engineering of the IFU, which again is more time delays and expenses.
Yeah, yikes. I've seen this too, Nancy, and I agree. The print vendor should be brought into the process at the very beginning. And this is why our collaboration has truly become one of my favorite topics to talk about when making new connections. It's awesome to see the client's eyes light up when they realize we have an efficient method to get their IFUs or labels ready for market so quickly.
Yeah, and my clients are always relieved to learn that we have a printer who can massage their IFUs to accommodate new languages and specific packaging sizes. So this is really a win-win-win for all involved.
Nancy, thank you so much for joining me today on the Medical Printing Minute. It is always great to partner with you and your IDEM Translations team.
Thank you, Dave.
And if you'd like to learn more about IFU translations, engineering, and printing, don't hesitate to contact me at medicalprintingminute@gmail.com. And if you'd like to speak with Nancy at IDEM Translations, I'll be happy to put you in touch with her. All of the links are included in the description below. Thanks for watching.